Oh man, Other Joe. Maybe some of that, yeah. Welcome to another bad movie review, brought to you by me.
OJ Bad Movies Reviews back by heavy demand. Joe, what the hell?
Lightly.
What the hell did you make us see this time? And
I was curious about this one because, like, we all know,
yeah,
Steamboat Willie is now an open IP.
Public domain, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so with that being said,
Disney is mad.
Yeah, the first one I saw was Mousetrap. Do not fucking see Mousetrap.
Oh, there's two.
It was so fucking bad, yes.
Okay, so Screamboat, you can already say, is much better than Mousetrap.
It is better.
Don't watch Mousetrap.
Maybe not by much, but that one was fucking garbage. That made it last year, I think. Yeah, last year, my top one, but it was so fucking bad. This one was a little bit better. I do like it. And to answer your question, Joe, this is not part of the Poonaverse.
Okay, see, that's what I was thinking. Look, I haven't seen any of those Winnie the Poohs. You've been telling me about it. You told me the first Winnie the Pooh one was bad.
Yeah,
the second one was
better.
a little bit better. Mm-hmm. So my question to you is Screamboat better or is Honey? Well, you can answer it later if you want, so we don't spoil it up front.
Well, the next one I kind of want to see too is what is it? Peter Pan. The Nightmare one.
Yeah.
What it was.
So it is a part. There's an extended universe, and they're doing the Peter Pan one.
Yeah, they're doing Peter Pan, Pinocchio, Bambi, The Reckoning. It sounds fucking stupid, Alex. You're gonna have to watch it. It's gonna be great.
But what's interesting, Joe, is you took us to the one, and we went to the theaters for this.
I'm surprised it's out there.
You took us to the one that isn't the big universe. This one is a separate one, and I looked it up. It's the director of the Grinch one.
Yeah, I saw that one. I did not like it. I looked to see who it was. I was like, oh, what other projects did he work on?
Okay.
It was the mean one.
So this is not the Twisted Childhood universe, which is that shared universe in that one. So I guess the big question is, why did you make me watch this?
Why not? Why not?
Not only this, but Joe had a function to go to, so me and Alex went without Joe. Joe's like, bad movie review, and I'm not going to be there. What?
Yeah.
So I brought my girlfriend to the movie theaters, and she watched it, so I have her opinion as well.
Okay, I'm kind of curious about that. Yeah, I was the only one in the movie theater.
What? Like,
there was nobody there.
Just you.
Just me. I picked the middle
was...
seat, and I was like, okay, well, I got the whole theater to myself.
Private, that's great.
Well,
screening.
I think I only knew about Screamboat because of you, Joe.
Yeah,
because of Blood and Honey, and you telling us about all this B movie stuff.
I've had it on the calendar for 3 months.
And we put it on the calendar because how excited you were for the universe, but it's not even a part of the universe.
No, I just kind of wanted to check it out. I'm a big Disney fan, and this movie does pick on me a little bit with the Disney adults.
A little bit.
Yeah. Why are you so obsessed with the rat? You don't get it. It's a magical place.
Yeah.
But there is another movie I later on want to check out. Popeye the Slayer Man.
Oh, God.
We'll have to see if this is better than Popeye.
Yeah. But let's talk about this movie. Here are my positives. I am... What was that head tilt? Mm-hmm. I do like it that it's Art the Clown. He did put a pretty good performance in.
David Howard Thornton.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did put a pretty good performance for the
Mickey Mouse.
We can't. It's
Willie. Willie.
Yeah.
Steamboat Willie.
The costume was better than Mousetrap.
That's good.
It had some. It had some pretty funny kills. Mm-hmm. I like how they had the princesses come in, the Disney ones, but I felt like they could have done more with that. That went nowhere. They were just annoying.
Oh, I didn't. That flew right over my head. I didn't even know those annoying birthday.
She was dressed as Cinderella. Her name was Cindy.
Jasmine.
Jazz was dressed as Jasmine.
I wasn't even paying attention.
Okay. Yeah, but I like that. Yeah. They could have done some more clever with it, but honestly, it went nowhere.
Yeah,
it went nowhere.
That's kind of disappointing.
I think that there's stuff to like here in the movie. The Willie actor is wonderful. I love the Terrifier franchise, and he has all the charisma, and I think that the makeup was excellent.
He's the best part.
The problem is the writing is really poor, and I think the editing is really poor. That we get to the point where there's a lot of really great Willie scenes. When Willie is present, everything is as far as an OJ movie goes, things are moving and things are great. The problem is we have long periods of time that felt like really long periods of time because the acting and the writing is really bad.
It is.
Guys,
so
it's
really,
yeah.
And so when we have these long periods of time with these F-level actors and actresses struggling to get through their lines,
I agree.
It is a miserable
Awkward.
experience.
Very awkward performance, especially from the paramedic lady. I don't know. She has this aura about her, or at least the film makes this aura about her, like she's important, or is she like a Screen Gen horror legends or something that they put her in here, even though she's this bad? And I looked it up. No, it's just one of his carryover actors from the Grinch one.
The main one.
Yeah.
Well, it was
Stephen Lemorte,
cheaper.
Joe. I think Stephen Lemorte does not have the same talent level of the Terrifier franchise.
Oh, no.
And it's my girlfriend, if you want to know her feedback, she was like, that's it? Those were the kills? Yeah. Where was all the gore? Why wasn't there more gore? Like, she was into it, and kind of ready for something silly, something, dark comedy kind of thing.
Yeah,
and
me
it
too.
was that, but it wasn't funny enough. The kills weren't interesting enough. And we'll get into some of that. And so overall it was a disappointment. I liked David Howard Thornton as Steamboat Willie / Mickey Mouse. I like his backstory. They eventually do a cartoon style. I'm like, oh, you guys are really playing with getting sued there. But it's over because they do the design, and he is.
Yeah, like in Mousetrap, they're literally
exactly
just playing the movie or the show.
Yeah.
And I think the greatest disappointment here was that it knew what it was. You can tell it knew what it was, but it still played way too close to all of the horror movie tropes that we've seen 100,000 times. So it didn't even really play with any of that. And it ended up just being, generic, one kill after another, some satisfying, most of them not.
I don't know if they were going for a different rating at one period of time, but there's a specific kill where they zoom in so much that you can't even really see the kill. You just kind of see a weapon sticking out, and you're like, did they get in trouble with the ratings board? Did it look bad?
Yeah.
Like, this was a missed opportunity because this is one of the main characters.
I think I know what scene you're talking about.
Finally dying.
It just looks weird.
And it looked weird because it's like you can tell that she's dying, but you can't really see why. And I don't know. They didn't embrace what they were, and I think that's.
I came in with a good mood, and I was like, all right.
This is gonna be stupid, funny, and I'm looking forward to it. It was whenever Steamboat Willie was on screen, but again,
I'm happy they showed him a lot.
Yeah, it really dragged it down by the actors.
Yeah.
Whenever it was just them. Fucking terrible.
This guy.
And the princesses were fucking annoying.
Yes, but they were supposed to be, and I wanted them to be annoying. And I felt like the film was really building up those princesses. That birthday girl kill, but it was disappointing in the end on after building the whole film. So our two main characters are what, Joe?
It was Pete, actually.
Oh.
Pete and Selena.
Is Pete the guy who's like, I don't want to be the captain.
Yes.
Don't call me the captain. This whole film, he has this stupid subplot of how he never wants to be called the captain. And then yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm supposed to do
I did not like their little love story. I was just there for dumb fun, and this romance really was not working for me at all. It took me out. I'm like, I don't want this. Just kill him.
Let me say this. There's not great acting, right?
No.
But that's to be expected a little bit. However, the acting in Joe's last bad movie review, Invisible Raptor, was far better, far more engaging. every single one of those actors in The Invisible Raptor were way better to watch than these.
Yeah, and the shitty part is like, again, you could be very bad where it's good. Fucking Conor McGregor, so fucking bad. He took over. It was just like enjoyable to watch.
It's like, what is he
or
doing?
You're just bad where you're like mediocre and you're like, no, like
And
these
you're like,
people.
stop. You're just
No.
like, stop it. Stop it.
It was not good.
The positives I can say is that it is literally just one scene to the next of, the typical horror setup. Oh, this couple is having sex, or oh, this guy is off on his own, or this girl's off on her own. And then Willie shows up and does a kill. And then the next scene, they're off on their own, does a kill. Then the next scene, they're off on their own, does a kill. And they keep splitting up, and I guess they're trying to say it's a joke, but it gets fucking annoying. It's like, there's this little kid that's alive, and he's like, hey, stay here. The whole film, they're like, no, stay with us, stay with us, stay with us. And then randomly, stay right here, and leaves the kid on the... It's like, God damn it, man. It gets so annoying.
Messy, and again, the edits are bad.
The edits are bad, yeah.
So
it's almost like it was filmed at different times on different sets, and then they were like, let's put this one in right next to this one, and it feels like, because cops kept showing up. I'm like, how many cops are on this fucking boat?
Where the fuck were you?
Where the fuck were you this whole time?
I was like, I will.
There's this moment where this cop takes charge, and he's getting all the people to, get protected in one spot, and I'm like, okay, so that's all the cops, and another cop died. But now, and then there's cop after cop that shows, where the fuck were y'all? Bullshit. And y'all have radio, so it doesn't make sense. So that means that, whoever wrote the script didn't give a fuck enough, which is solely on Stephen Lamorte, the guy that did the mean one. He directed this, he wrote the screenplay for this, and he did the story.
Yeah,
so
after
it's
I
Stephen.
saw that, I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense, because I didn't like the mean one. That was still same
the
issues.
Mean one, okay.
Same issues with that one.
Yeah, and this one also has a major problem where it spirals completely and totally out of control at the end, where there's a kind of a big reveal that doesn't make any sense. And like it was already struggling at the very end of the movie, and then it just got downright, I was expecting stupid. But even for a stupid movie, it's like, this is ridiculous. You should not be making movies if you have this problem, because it's the same problem that we have with like normal, I would say, AAA horror movies. They spiral out of control sometimes. It just, it wasn't very good. And I think that if we had cut 20 minutes out of this movie, and so it was kill into setup, into kill into setup, I think that's the only part of the movie that was enjoyable, when it's like he shows up in a scene and then he's like creeping around because he's this big, and so it's really
funny. I love his size.
He was like Chucky.
I don't know why I didn't expect him to be a little one. In the trailers, I thought he was like as big as the Terrifier. But no, he's this tiny little guy.
That's not going to work, because no.
And so there's a lot of really bad green screen, and then a lot of little puppetry when his head is not pointed at the camera. It's clearly this little
like
the legs are
the legs are
the little
terrible.
legs
that is good.
I like that.
That stuff made me giggle.
Yeah, the problem is like between these great setup scenes, or even if they're like you don't like them, we'll have a 10-minute sequence where they're talking about like how in love they are, or how they don't like New York.
Like New York sucks,
and it's like
it's make or break.
It's not adding to the movie, and then at the end we have a long sequence without Willie at all, and it's just, I don't know. I was having a decent time with it at the beginning, and then I just started to really not like the movie at the very end.
It sucks, because I wanted to come here and be like, all right.
Me too.
I understand, Joe.
I wanted to be like, this was way fucking better.
And it's not bad. This isn't as bad as like stuff that Joe has made us seem, and I don't want to make it seem like it's super, super bad.
Tarot card reading one, that one was worse.
Tarot.
That one was fucking
way worse.
So we'll do a quick summary and tell you if we recommend it or not. And then we'll give you some of our favorite scenes.
Okay, Joe.
So summary of it.
You want us to go first, or you save you for last, or you want to go first? So, I don't know how you do this.
I go first.
Okay.
That's fine. Summary of it is Selena is trying to get across in the ferry, and they have unleashed.
Where is she going? Oh, to New York.
She's New York.
Staten Island.
Yeah, she's Staten Island, so she's taking the ferry. And Steamboat Willie has been released, and he causes a muck.
Yeah.
And we get the Disney princesses come in, and I think there was Peter Pan, the bicyclist. Was he not like Peter Pan?
Oh, there was references for absolutely
Joe,
everything.
come on. These are such weak references.
Well,
they don't even count.
she was Cruella.
Yeah.
So it's like there was references to absolutely everything.
Yeah, she
in
was
this.
a
Like when the little
designer
kid
and
gets
stuff.
thrown into the bay, there's a floating teapot
Yes.
and a chipped
But
tea
they're
glass.
just references for no reason.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
it's not
that's what's
good.
like. I kind of wanted them to play more up on that. Like
Yeah.
I wanted, okay, we had Cinderella, maybe kill her with a shoe, do something like that.
Yeah.
Do creative kills.
And none of
that's
it was creative.
No, and you just get your generic slasher.
Fuck.
It wasn't very compelling. You don't really care about the fucking characters because their acting was
Bad.
but not too bad where it's good. The best things I did like were, again, David Howard, his costume, some practical effects, but again, they fucked up with the camera.
Yes.
Like the
Way
way
too
they,
close.
they got too close to it, or the shots didn't really make sense.
Shaking.
Probably,
Yeah.
I think it's got to be for rating purposes because like to purposely not show the gore, like, or it was a bad effect and they couldn't make it work. There's one in particular.
And it's a bad director.
Yeah.
Without the talent.
And again, we talked about the editing. It's not very good. The green screen where they're like, oh, this place looks amazing. They're in the back of the boat, and it just looks terrible.
Yes.
But for me, I'm going to give this one.
On your scale.
I don't know. We still haven't figured this out.
out. So
damn it.
Because this is a bad
still
movie,
from-
but
So
I-
on are we doing it on the bad movie scale?
Bad movie scale.
Okay.
Because like this can't get higher than a 3. Like there's
I'm
not
at a 3.
there's not a single person in this room that
I'm at a
can
3
give this
right
higher
now.
than a 3 on the normal movie scale.
Yeah.
But in a bad movie scale,
Yeah.
I don't think it's that bad.
Right.
No,
That's
I
what.
still give
Okay,
this
I got
a
those
3 though
reversed.
because I wanted it to be crazier, ramp up the comedy, be clever with it. But a lot of these are just like dumb and not very creative. It was a disappointment. I wanted to give this a 4, but I'm at a 3 right now.
Even on the bad movie scale.
Even in the bad one, because again,
What?
the majority I did like
Damn,
Steamboat
Joe.
Willie, but everything else I
You
did
bad
not
movie
like.
snob.
I did not.
Because I like this better on a bad movie scale than I do. I would give it a 3 on the normal movie scale. There were enough, creative kills. There was enough energy from Willie.
I don't think there was. There was one that I liked.
There's tons of kills.
Yeah, but a lot of them were just like, eh.
Yes, I got that. But because there's a volume of kills, and some of them all right and funny, and then the performance from Steamboat Willie,
I want quality.
and then there was some energy. It was
Quality
good.
over quantity.
Yeah, but I'm sure you've watched a lot of fucking shit on your scale.
I have.
And this is a 3 out of 10? Okay, well, you got to tell me what your score on the bad movie scale for Blood and Honey 1 and Blood and Honey 2 and any of the actual Twisted Childhood universe.
I haven't seen. I only saw the first one. The first one was going to be 1.
You haven't seen Blood and Honey 2?
No, that's on my list.
Okay, god damn it. So you saw
The first one.
Mousetrap.
Yes.
What would that be on your bad movie scale?
Fucking 1.
On your normal movie scale?
I can't go lower than 1. 0.
Wow.
It was his worst movie last year.
It's fucking bad.
Oh, that's right. Okay, and then Blood and Honey on your bad movie scale?
Oh, what was that? Oh, that's what
The Google Gemini has heard me.
a 2. It's a little bit better, but
Blood
not-
and Honey
Yeah, it's
1.
still bad.
So,
It was
and
still
this is a
bad.
3.
Yeah.
So it's only 1 point better than Blood and Honey 1.
Yeah,
There's
I was
no
disappointed.
fucking way.
I was disappointed. I wanted to be like, this is a great movie. I had a great time with it, but truly, I'm not. Like, all right, take out a lot of scenes with Steamboat Willie.
Mm-hmm.
I was bored. I was truly bored.
Okay, Alex, you wanna
I think it suffers from the same problems that all of the monster movies, including Godzilla, suffer from. Is like they're trying to get us to care about human characters, and they have nothing to offer anyone in any capacity. They're terrible, and like they know that it's supposed to be bad dialogue. I'm not trying to say that. Like, these movies always have bad dialogue and bad characters. The problem is it's so much of it that we needed Willie a lot more in certain scenes.
Exactly.
And when he is not on screen, this is one of the worst things you can possibly watch. When he is on screen, it's kind of charming. Yes. So on the bad movie scale, I don't think it's great because I think that there was maybe one interesting kill. There was one kind of wacky kill. And then other than that, I didn't care for much of the other ones. So I've seen worse. Thank you.
I've seen worse.
But I've
You're
also seen a bunch better. So I'm going to say that this is on the bad movie scale of 5.
I
don't think it's great. I think there's going to be a couple memorable things, and almost all of it's going to come from how great Willie is.
Yeah.
So
I agree completely. I gave it a 5 out of 10. I thought it was average on the bad movie scale. If it was a normal movie, probably more like 2, 3, something like that. I have seen worse normal movies than this, but because I was in the right mood and I was going along, the film definitely loses steam. It plays way too close to the tropes. Plays way too close to tropes from horror without any variation on it. The acting really poor, and not poor on purpose, but just poor. A weak script, weak story. And other than the mouse having a lot of fun, and that comes from the Terrifier guy, it was a bit on the weaker side. There's some fun references there. There's a little fun cartoon to kind of explain the backstory and the captain and all this other stuff. But and I was annoyed. It's kind of hard to see at times, at least in our theater. There was a lot of dark shots, and I couldn't really tell what was going on. You said the cinematography is kind of poor as well. There's some all right kills. One is a huge cop-out, and I was like, yeah, there's a lot of people here. How are they going to do this? Big old cop-out. But overall, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen. And if it's about OJ bad movie reviews, it's a bad movie
Well, I would say for me,
so 5 out of 10.
I would wait for it, just check it out. Like I wouldn't recommend.
There's
it
so there's no reason to go off and
No.
see the Mean One guy's universe where he's trying to do a mean one, and Willie lets the Twisted Children universe or whatever. They don't have anything to worry about right now. Is that what you're saying?
For now.
And we don't even know if the Twisted Childhood universe, Twisted Childhood universe, is even worth it on its own. I'm actually curious which you think is better between Blood and Honey 2 and Mouse, but you haven't seen Blood and Honey 2, right?
No,
My bad. All right.
There's one that I wanted to check out. But yeah, for me, I would say stick to streaming, wait for it. You don't go out and see it. We'll talk about some of our favorite kills and some of the best parts if you want to stick around.
yeah, both of them.
Okay,
all 2.
cool. A little bit of a spoilers section or a fun
if you want to
section.
just check it out, stick with us.
Okay.
All right, well, thank you for sticking with us. And which part did you like?
Okay, as far as funny kills, I would say, first, oh man, I have a lot of ones that are disappointing. The best one, the best one, I guess, would be where they try to push the envelope, and Willie is watching a cop and a girl who are, doing the sexy time, and it's completely disconnected from the rest of the film. Because we've already introduced our main characters, we've already introduced our side characters, and these two aren't even a part of any of them. It's just this random cop and this random girl with this really, loose-fitting shirt that is going to come off. There's going to be your titty quotient for maybe they didn't film any titties, and they're like, fuck, we need some titties in this kind of film because it's not really doing much. And it ain't even good titties, right? So they go into a bathroom or something. And he's like, looking for Willie, and then she gets hot and heavy, and she wants to suck his dick.
Yeah, she tricked him into going into the locker room. She's like, oh, no, cop, you have to go into the locker room. Something's up. And so he thinks it's a problem, but there was no problem. She just turned the lights off because she wanted to give him a blowy.
She's giving him a blowy, and fucking Willie is in a locker watching, and the cop notices there's little beady eyes, watching him get his blowy, and then Willie comes storming out. But again, the filming, the cinematography is confusing. So he just comes out with, I don't know, a knife and cuts the fucking dick off, and
he's gushing blood everywhere on her, and she has her mouth full with his penis.
And then she spits it out.
Spits it out, and it falls next to them, and you see the prosthetic, and it's funny. But the payoff to that is that later on, this first mate he's just a dick to everybody. He gets upgraded to the captain, and he's over here fixing something. And then at one point, he gets the dick, thrown.
He's like, hand me a screwdriver, and then he hands him something in a towel, and he opens it up, and it falls and hits him in the mouth. And then it's like, haha, it's a Willie. It's Steamboat Willie. I think the only kind of cool...
That was the best one, I guess.
Yeah.
And I don't normally like the fucking, nudity,
it was stupid,
dick
but
joke
I did
thing.
laugh at that. I was like, okay, that was fine.
Yeah.
I think the best actual kill that's not like humor related is when he's got piano wire and he's slowly sawing off the captain's head while whistling. I was like, cool.
Pop goes the weed.
Yeah. And then we're at the beginning of the movie, maybe the first half of the movie. It's like, yeah, let's continue with this. Maybe now we're ramping it up. Yeah. Nope, it's kind of an anomaly because
never gets better than that.
Because none of the other kills are any good. And then he actually kills like 40 people with a really awful water
electricity effect. That was the cop out.
Yeah. It's like they should at least cut down the cast and just focus on those.
Yes.
Instead of like, oh, we have all these people, let's just kill them off. It's like that.
That was stupid.
That was cheap. I didn't like that
because there was
either.
a lot of characters in there that I was looking forward to seeing Willie kill, and how's he going to get the bike guy that looks like Peter Pan? How's he going to do this and that?
Yeah.
And it's a really bad CGI effect. And not even CGI. It looked like paint.
Yeah, that was another one that I fucking hated, too, because in Slaughterhouse, he did the same thing. It's like, okay, I'm just going to throw fucking dryer
so
in
your
there.
problem is you know too much. You've seen too many of these things now.
Yeah, but it's a cop-out, though. It's like, you don't need to do that.
Oh,
like,
shit. Joe, is this better than the
Slaughterhouse?
Slaughterhouse?
Yes, because I hated that.
I fucking hated Slaughterhouse.
So
we were
bad.
very disappointed with the idea and concept of Slaughterhouse was so cool.
Yes.
And it drew me and Joe in.
Again.
And it was a huge disappointment.
It would have been great. Like, they get tied down, and then the sloth is killing you. But you have to wait because he's so slow. So the tension is just building and building. He's stabbing you.
But the movie
that
is not that. You just made a better Slaughterhouse movie than what we got. Anyways, enough of Slaughterhouse. Screamboat.
The only other time that things kind of get interesting is these two, Jasmine and Belle, are trying to do they're prepping to sell feet pics. And they're talking about their anime girl, the Hago face, and they're just doing
what?
The face where they all do that stupid face where they stick the tongue out.
Yeah, they said, and they were like trying to cross their eyes.
Is it like that?
And
like, no, you're doing it wrong.
You need to drool more, and then
I did not expect that reference in this film.
The scene goes on way too long, and then Willie drives a forklift into their faces, and I was like, "Oh, cool!" But like,
that was cool.
The kill part was only this long. It's like we need to extend the kill parts and minimize these idiots talking because I hate them.
Idiots talking was obviously part of it. He couldn't start the forklift. He let them talk so that their annoyingness is at its peak. Then he finally realizes he needs to turn the key. He turns the key, slams the forklift into their face as they're doing the thing. And I thought it was good. Because these are like the side princesses, right? Not the main, oh, it's my birthday, bitch, lady. And so I was like, okay, her kill is going to be really good.
But I think that's the one you were talking about.
That was a good kill for the side.
That's the one I hated.
Hugely disappointing.
Mm-hmm. It made no sense. Like he's coming up. He's going to go stab her. She runs into the door. She couldn't open it. Tension. She gets in, closes the door behind her.
And she's
gets
safe.
out a little sigh of relief. And then all you see is the harpoon up top.
You see part of the harpoon because it's cropped. Like you can only see from her
so you don't even get that
this part down. And so like you see a little bit of a harpoon and you see a little floppy intestine looking thing.
That's it.
But you can't see the wound. You can't see the gore. You just kind of see her face and I don't know why the scene is so bad.
And then they did a
but it's
close-up
so
of
bad.
the intestine dropping, but when you're that close, the effect isn't what we want it to be. We need to see the full glory. I don't know if on set that day they didn't prepare the materials correctly and they had to chop it up to where it looked
bad.
all right. But it was hugely disappointing because this stupid birthday girl bitch was so annoying the whole fucking film. And you're like,
No
oh,
payoff.
they're gonna pay
no
this off.
Payoff. That's what I'm saying. Like, this could have been better.
And she was following the group the whole time. Her thing was, oh, she's dead with everybody else. Nah, she's with the main character group. And she's closely following them. And then it goes from one scene where she's literally walking with them to a scene where she's completely alone. Yeah. And the editing makes no sense because they would have said, well, don't separate from the group, or there's not a scene where she said, I'm going to go smoke, but she's not smoking. There's no reason for her to separate.
Yeah, they made a little mention. They're just like, oh, where'd she go? It's like, well, I won't tell if you won't. Like, okay. And they just left.
Yeah, because they wanted her to die because she sucks.
But there was no good payoff on any of these. Like, I was waiting for those. Yeah, that was the best kill. The other one was all right, but...
And then
it was such a letdown.
I think the worst part for me is that they introduce the character kind of an interesting way. There are two workers trying to fix the boat. They're kind of saying, "Hey, this thing's getting junked. It used to run on steam." And like this is how, and then what they're doing is they're breaking into this old thing, and then they let him out. Yeah. And so it's kind of like the Leprechaun thing. Like they've opened up the thing and they've released, and so Willie kills one of them, and you think that he kills this lady, but at the very end of the movie, she has a helmet on that she put ears on, and she's like a Willie cultist, even though Willie can't speak, and she knows exactly his whole backstory.
On the back of her jacket is his logo.
Yeah, and it's
that's what's poking jabs at me.
Yeah, and then it's like this is the people that are
Disney
like
adults.
Yeah, the problem is like I think it would have been fine to make fun of these people, but it was the dumbest way to make fun of them, and I was already not having fun.
That went over my head too.
Because the guy's like,
she's supposed to be a Disney adult?
Yeah, because she has like the merch and stuff with like, the little ears, and he's like, why are you obsessed with this rat?
Stupid rat, and yeah.
It's a magical place. You don't understand, Alex. You don't
He's
understand.
not the only one of his
Disney
kind.
too. I just think that it was like I get what you were attempting to do. You just needed to hand the pen to someone who can write in order to make the scene make sense.
That's why I was like, I wanted to give it a 4 or 5 if it would have done those things.
Yeah.
Like, again, better quality on the kills.
Damn.
Don't pan in so much. And
this was rated R, right?
I think so.
David Howard Thornton as Willie deserved better.
Yeah.
He deserved a better team around him. He did his job, but motherfucking Stephen Lamorte and the cinematographers did a poor job in executing it. If you actually, I will say the film would be better if you had a different director, different cinematographer, and you kept everything the same, but you just executed some of those kills better. It would have been a better film.
Better actors.
A little
bit better.
No, I mean, I'm fine with like garbage actors and garbage dialogue in real small amounts. It's like we watch enough of these movies. It's like when they are good. I mean, it's the Terrifier formula, man. Like we don't let these characters talk for longer than 5 minutes at a time without.
The graphics is what held that up.
Yeah, and then art shows up, and you're like, okay, now we're back to the charming part.
But when you have something like Invisible Raptor, and I'm actually enjoying the parts in between the Invisible Raptor because of the actors, it makes you want that for this.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's just not here, and it's a shame. Yeah. Okay, so how do we finally kill Steamboat Willie Joe? Did you feel the final battle was satisfying? All this build-up.
It was.
Why is Steamboat Willie killing everybody? He's supposed to be jolly.
He's supposed to be jolly, but he was.
His girlfriend was lost at sea.
His girlfriend was lost at sea.
His girlfriend was lost at sea, and his friend, who was the captain,
Walt
was also lost at sea.
No.
Yeah, he fell overboard or something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so
I thought it was just his wife.
And he's at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, so the girl realized, the little kid's like, we need to treat the problem,
With
not
love.
with violence, but with love.
And it's revealed that the picture has 3 folds instead of 2 folds. In the first part, it was 2 folds. He's got the little Mickey next to him. It's crazy. But then the third fold, and it's even a smaller Minnie.
When you look at the whole picture,
No.
if somebody hands you the picture, wouldn't you look at it?
No.
Apparently, we do 1 fold at a time per act.
How many times can you do it? Oh, like, oh
And you have
my
to put
God.
a few hours in between each.
Yeah. And so the main lady decides that she finds the theater group's trunk, and then she dresses herself up at not Minnie, whatever her name is. We don't get her name in this.
Yeah.
And so she dresses herself up like a sexy rodent, and then decides
Because her purse was the same fucking design as Minnie's dress.
Yeah, and so then she tries to lure him in, and he can't kill. Like she falls off she kind of gets thrown off the boat, but he can't kill her because
he can't do it again.
He reminds too much of his.
And there was a flashback. So I like this moment, too, because it's like, are we going to do the Terrifier thing where he's like pure evil and he's just killing, and he's taking glee in it? Here in Steamboat Willie, becomes a bit of a good guy when he realizes that that's how Minnie died, and he decides to help the main character, the final girl, and he helps her up. But does he get rewarded for it? No! Bitch stabs him in the back of the head with scissors.
He did kill like 100 people.
He should have never brought her up. I wanted Steamboat Willie to win. Fuck all these generic-ass, shitty actors. I wanted the captain to die. And I said, good. You can't even move a little bit of, I don't know, fucking metal or wood. It was so pathetic. It's like the set at the day. They're like, all right, let's take this piece of trash and put it here, and let's put this trash can lid here. And then the women act like they can't move the trash can lid in order to save the captain and the little boy. But they managed to squeeze the little boy through the small hole.
If that bothered you, how much did it bother you when the guy was trying to pretend to do cocaine off the key?
Yes!
Like it's probably the worst, because he has a key and he has a bag of white powder, and it's like in your face, and he's like dipping it in there, and then he lifts the key out vertically, and there's clearly nothing on it, and he's like...
Stephen Lamothe, he had to have done that on purpose, but it didn't work out like he thought it'd be. Oh, this would be funny if the actor purposefully fucked it up because we're trying to, do a funny thing here, but it does no.
If the goal was to make it look bad, congratulations.
It looked bad.
You were successful.
Yeah.
It looked bad.
But don't worry, Steamboat Willie actually does win in this movie because all the humans get trauma. So we think that Pete dies, and he doesn't die. He's actually alive.
Oh, that's in a post credit, as if we care more about Pete than we do Willie. Fuck that.
But Willie does find his girlfriend because when he washes up in a trash barge, he sees her, and they probably live happily ever after and go out and kill everyone else.
I hope she's really there, because I guess you could make an argument. Oh, this is artsy fartsy. He's dying, and he's just seeing his love.
Artsy fartsy.
He's not really there. No, but I'm hoping she is. And if they do a sequel, as they're trying to set up here, Pete, the original, I don't want to be captain, and whatever the girl's name is that pretended to be Minnie and has big dreams, Selena. If these two come back in a sequel and they bring in Minnie, there better be far better, well thought out kills, creative kills, and more
Mickey
gore.
And Minnie, because I think if we would have had a better backstory, more time on that backstory, why he went crazy and everything on Steamboat, I think it probably would have helped the movie instead of focusing on
more focusing on Willie than these really shitty actors.
Yeah, for sure, especially on this one. But, I don't think there's going to be a sequel.
Oh, I think it's going to be a sequel.
Oh, there's going to be a sequel.
Oh, for sure.
These guys have no budget, and they can do this for the rest of their lives, Joe. That's the shitty part about OJ's bad movie reviews, is that any one of the franchises you cover could go on forever.
And not the Grinch.
What?
Not the mean one. There's no part 2.
No, but there is a part 2. There's probably going to be a part 2 for this. And then not only do they get sequels, they get crossovers. Because Evil Bong and Ginger Dead Man were so successful that not only do they get sequels, but Evil Bong and Ginger Dead Man crossed over.
I tell him that.
Yeah. So it is possible that Screamboat Willie could cross over with another bad movie franchise.
Yeah, no. The mean one. That would be really shitty. Yeah, no, this one unfortunately wasn't worth it. If you can find it for free on a streaming service eventually, then you can fast forward through some of the kills and for the performance of the Terrifier actor. What's his name?
David Howard.
Thornton. David Howard Thornton. But other than that, at least it's the best non-Disney film based on a public domain copyright expired film.
But wait till we get Superman in a couple years.
Superman will eventually expire its copyright, and then they're gonna do horror. We've already done that. That's Brightburn and Injustice. Not this level of shit. You're right.
I would rather.
Joe, don't you fucking say that.
This is what, 2032?
You're gonna get another Mousetrap.
Yeah.
You said it was the worst fucking film ever into 2024.
This is better.
Yes, that's why I said this is the best Mickey Mouse
there might be a better
expired
Superman
IP
horror
film
one.
ever.
Just him like lasering people.
Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention. This film is a fucking annoying advertisement for New York. New York this, New York that. Oh, man, oh, it's such a glorious, great city. And it's like, what? How is Steamboat Willie tied so closely to New York? Is there a Disneyland in New York?
No.
Is Disney in New York? This was a New York love, so much love for New York.
I was curious about that.
And I felt it was just a crutch for feeling good and, the filming
There's
process.
There's no steamboat ferries in Des Moines, Iowa. So, they had to pick somewhere where they're using.
Yeah, but you could have done something with Disney. You could have done, had more time for Willie, like Joe was saying. But no, they have to inject all this New York fucking, tourism shit that it was just annoying.
Yeah, it was. I did like some of the Disney quips from time to time they would throw in.
Sometimes.
Some of them were pretty good. So I was like, okay, I'll give you that one. But again, that paramedic was pretty stupid as well.
I can see some people being, happy with the film because there are far worse, out there. But the film's, like this person here, pleasantly surprised. The film accomplished what it set out to do. They made a fun, campy, balls to the wall, you'll see what I mean, movie. Definitely the best public domain film I've seen. They took a swing and made this funny with Gore. So I might be ignorant because I haven't seen the other public domain films. That person might be right, Joe, but you're being the film snob and you're saying, nope, this is real bad. This is the bad movie snob. It's pretty... Is it the best?
That's what makes me more mad.
It might be the best public domain film. It might be. Right now, it might be the best. But that doesn't make it good.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it good.
That doesn't make it good at all. I mean,
no, because yes, this is better than fucking Mousetrap. Mousetrap was fucking garbage. Right. At least here they
and
fucking
it's better
tried.
than Blood and Honey 1.
Yes.
So we already tell it's actually probably up there. It's just we were hoping for more. We've seen some creativity injected in some OJ Bad Movie reviews with the Frankenhooker and fucking Invisible Raptor, and I was hoping for that level.
Slingshot Cop.
You're gonna include Slingshot Cop?
No. Birdemic is the one I was thinking about too. With the graphics, really helped out the film.
Oh, really? That's the one that graphics helped.
Yeah.
It wasn't the acting.
No.
All right. Well, I don't want to be stuck in the motherfucking twisted childhood universe with Joe forever. So if you guys in the comments...
I already know which one. And Alex is working very hard to get Neil Breen's movie, his latest one that we
Alex
get.
is working hard.
Cadence Crossing
It looks
or
like
something.
he just learned about it just now.
No, I've known about it for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got an amazing CGI.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that next.
So the way that you do
but
it is...
still, after that one, please leave your comment on what other Joe should cover next.
I did. Well, I'm mad because Neil Breen never got back to me. Right? I'm upset.
He only follows women on Twitter.
My friend, because she's a girl. And I was like, hey, man.
That is so Neil Breen, though.
I was like,
you should be happy for that.
I was like, I want to buy
that he's a creeper.
I was like, I want to buy your DVD set. But he doesn't have a DVD set. You have to go to this shady website. You get one at a time.
You
I was
mail
like,
him a check.
You know what?
And,
I thought we were friends, Neil.
You think he cares about you? He don't give a fuck about you.
I'm hurt.
He's never seen any Neil Breen movie, right?
No, not all the way through.
I've seen all of them, but the most recent one.
Yeah.
Not all the way through.
Well, he got it for my birthday. Best birthday.
Joe
present.
is his biggest fan. We will be covering a Neil Breen. We have to cover a Neil Breen film on OJ's Bad Movie Reviews. But also, leave us comments on what Joe should cover next because the audience has creative suggestions.
It's got to be newer ones because he's seen all the other ones.
I've seen quite a bit.
Yeah, so.
That's okay. Leave them anyway because, you got to take shots in the dark. You have no idea all the ones Joe's have seen. But anyways, this motherfucking guy says that they might want to adapt future copyright franchises such as Teletubbies, Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the Powerpuff Girls. Please don't. I mean, there's already a monstrosity for the Powerpuff Girls out there. Have you seen it? They kind of scrubbed the internet of it.
I am so happy
Fucking cringe.
I'm so happy that got fucking canceled. Like, who saw that and said, "Yeah, this is good"?
That was gonna be a real thing, Joe.
That
was gonna be a real thing. What was it? CW?
Mojo Jojo. And what they did to what they thought Mojo Jojo was?
Yeah.
Trash. Fucking trash. Maybe they could do middle-aged Ninja Turtles. That'd be great. Like
middle-aged Ninja
Saturday Night Live would come after them, maybe.
Yeah, they would.
They do something
can't
like
do that.
They do something like
Can't
that.
do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
They ain't teenagers anymore.
All right. And as far as the Twisted Childhood universe, we're going to wait because I just looked it up here. There's going to be a crossover film where they bring multiple characters from that universe. We'll watch the Avengers of the Twisted Childhood universe, but they're not there yet. There's like one or two more films before that, and then we'll jump back into it. But I think that's enough of the public domain.
You don't want to watch Bambi, The Reckoning?
No, please. I mean, if Joe wants us to, we will, but no.
I'm gonna watch it.
Good. All right.
All right. Well, thank you for sticking around. If you did, check out some of the cool kills and whatnot. I guess we're still working on the rating system. We don't know.
I think this is
Bad
fine. That we tell you
scale.
both a bad movie scale rating and a normal movie scale rating. I think that's fine.
Okay, we'll just do
unless
that
we
then.
can continue to get some suggestions and feedback.
All right. Well, thank you for sticking around, and we will see you next time on the next bad movie reviews.
Bye guys.